Well, it's like one of my favorite brothers in the whole world is Alex Parks.
I noted that.
Was?
Past tense you used.
Did I use past
I hope
tense?
he's watching it right
One
now.
of my favorite friends in the whole world currently is Alex Parks. So the dude has called me Nancy for years. I don't even know where he just like as if it's my name. He just calls me Nancy. Yeah. And so anytime I post or do something that's not up to his level of, masculinity, coal miner masculinity, he ribs me about it.
Hi, my name's Jerry Dorris, and this is Tanner Cartwright, and this is Snake on the Table. What's our question, brother?
We punched record before we decided which one we were doing.
Off the cuff. Hit it, buddy.
All right. Should men call each other names like gay, pansy, sissy, Nancy?
No.
No, it's sinful and wicked to do that.
Yeah. Oh, man, I tell you what, this is kind of a hot topic right now.
Apparently. It's so weird to me.
We do it all the time.
Yeah. It's just regular.
Gay is pretty, dude. And we'll say that's gay.
Yeah.
Don't be gay.
Yeah.
And I might say you're gay.
Yeah. If you do something that's like,
I grew up saying that. That's not a new term for me. I mean, I'm 55 years old. I have been saying that my entire life. Should I, as a Christian, have expunged that from my mouth?
That's the question.
Yeah, and I would argue no. I mean, there's certain context to say that. But when we say to a man, what were the words you said? You said gay, pansy, Nancy. Basically, all those
sissy.
They say the same thing. It's like, dude, you're being weak. You're being effeminate right now, or that's effeminate.
So so before we get into all that, there's different ways that we would use it.
Yeah.
So one way would be genuinely, bro, you're being a pansy about this.
Yeah. Like
seriously telling someone you need to quit doing that.
Yeah. Man up. It's the equivalent. It's the opposite of man up.
Sure.
Dude, man up.
Yeah, but exactly, and meaning it genuinely.
Yeah.
So I'm not genuinely going to be like, bro, you're gay.
Right. Or angrily.
Yeah. It's like
you fag or something like that. You're not going to stay. That's not not the way that it's presented.
No, I'm talking about like if you do something that's exceptionally, you're a little, I don't know what's the, bougie, what's that word? Bougie.
Whatever. What are you going to call me right now?
You're a little bougie.
Okay.
Like you're just like, sometimes you like your fancy, you like your stuff just so, you talk to your computer and he turns the lights on and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if I might mess with you about that, but it's just, kind of, you're the kind of guy that has, a heated steering wheel. Don't you have a heated steering wheel?
I do. And a seated seat. Heated seat. Yeah, man.
See, I would call you gay for that.
Oh, dude, it's so nice.
It takes my truck like 20 minutes to warm up, and I'm like,
well, I definitely like a warm tail when I'm driving.
So that's the kind of thing that we're just going to joke with each other about. If I show up wearing my, my sweater thing that I wore,
the stain.
I got a lot of guys. Yeah, you were bothered by the stain. Most guys were just bothered by the colorful sweater. But yeah, I got a lot of guys ragging me about that. Yeah, and so it's like. It is what it is. It's just funny.
You've got 3 guys that work for you, and you've nicknamed them. What are they?
Be gay.
Yeah, which is
BJ.
BJ.
But be gay.
Be gay.
Caleb. Caleb.
Yeah.
And Galen.
Yeah.
Jalen.
Yeah.
So, and I write it on I don't write their checks, but I write it on their envelope that the check goes in.
Yeah.
So,
but that is good-natured fun, ribbing and having fun with one another. It's not meant in a serious way, but it is sometimes meant in a serious way when we say, "Hey, dude, that's a little gay."
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think that's dumb, and it's a way to say that. And I don't see any reason we shouldn't be able to say that in the scriptures. This is how men talk to each other. Now, there is a category of men that get super offended by this type of language and this type of culture, and they're not our people.
I don't know what to say about it.
I don't know how to put it any other way.
Yeah, it's really weird to me. I guess I mean, I've always worked blue collar. Men ribbing each other is just a way of life. Even the church I grew up in, men ribbed each other.
Yeah.
Constantly. Dude, if somebody carried their wife's purse for a little bit in the church.
Oh, dude, merciless.
Dude, everybody mogged them to death. It's like all over them, you know. That's just what I grew up with.
Yeah.
And so
you're moving chairs. You can only do 5 chairs, man.
Dude.
What's going on, man?
Dude, if you
got to hit the gym, or you're going to tease each other.
Yeah.
But men tease each other.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of my favorite brothers in the whole world is Alex Parks.
I noted that.
Was?
Past tense he used.
Did I use past
I hope
tense?
he's watching it right
One
now.
of my favorite friends in the whole world currently is Alex Parks.
It's
So the dude has called me Nancy for years. I don't even know where he just like as if it's my name. He just calls me Nancy.
Yeah.
And so anytime I post or do something that's not up to his level of, masculinity, coal miner masculinity, he ribs me about it.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the guys that can't take that are gay.
They themselves are Nancy's.
They're just Nancy boys.
Yeah.
And that whole
is this coarse jesting? Does it fall under some sort of disrespect? Does it fall under some other category in Scripture? So it's not like a swear word per se, but is there a category that you would that they would put this under to say that's not what?
Bro,
is it quarrelsome? Is it? I just don't know. I don't see the sin in ribbing brothers in Christ.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
And I honestly think the guys that are offended by it just need to be rebuked and told to grow up. I genuinely think
they need to be around real men. People that actually have to clean their fingernails every day because they got grease and dirt under their nails.
Yes.
I see it very much as a blue collar, working class.
Well,
thing.
but
the people that I feel like that are offended are that intellectual, pastoral, white collar.
When I've seen it most is just seminary type guys.
Well,
I know a lot of white collar guys that they're fine with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the seminary world, man, they are just not okay with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's so prim and proper.
Yeah. Well, it's anti-intellectual. It's there's a culture of nice.
Well, it's like we're all trying to like live up to, I don't know, Queen Victoria's speech code or something. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's very feminine to me because women don't rap.
When you expunge that from your vocabulary, when you don't have. So, I mean, there's context that we do this. I mean, I'm not doing this all the time.
No.
But like I can be in a context and there's mixed company. I'm not going to necessarily do that.
We have sermon sessions here on Monday night.
Yeah.
It's not constant, but there will be ribbing as the night goes on. It's just normal.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. And it's
somebody
will
make
deal.
some observation about the text. You're like, bro, come on now.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
And we just.
And there's probably no one that gets ribbed harder than me or you.
Absolutely.
I mean, we get.
Because I give it.
Yes.
I better be able to get it.
We're hard on Andrew because he can handle it. We're hard on Caleb. I love ribbing Caleb. It's so good. But anyway, so I just, it's the way that men naturally communicate. Me and my brothers, dude, we're so hard on each other.
Yes, but I think there's a group that has grown up without this at all. And it's so foreign to them when they hear it. They're just like,
Well, and so I said this online a little while back. I am convinced that men who have a problem with this kind of stuff have never had real true friends. And I don't mean that derogatorily. I don't mean that, to poke at them. I honestly, truly believe that. They have never had true masculine friendship in their entire life.
Yeah.
And it's sad to me. And it's just, it's a world that I don't quite understand.
Yeah, and a true friend is someone... how would you define a true friend? Some of that, you can be completely transparent with. You can talk to, not necessarily about. I think there's a difference. I think we've been conditioned to think that that has to mean that I've got to this transparency about me. It's an effeminate way that women engage with each other has been given to men to handle. We had to deal with this with some guy online recently who was talking about, opening up his feelings to somebody and that kind of stuff. And it's not that I'm closed off. I mean, dude, I've cried in front of you. We've
100%.
wept together. Those kind of things. But we have such a relationship that you can look at me and say, I think you're being a pansy right now.
Yeah.
You need to suck it up. You need to do this. Yeah, it's hard. Go.
We've had to tell each other stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
and I think that's real friendship.
Yeah, well, yeah. In my mind, a friend is someone. A genuine friend is someone that when I call and I need them.
Yeah.
It don't matter how bad it is or dirty they're going to be there.
I'm on my way.
They're on the way.
Yeah.
And so the people that on my short list that I think of calling if I run off the road or if I got water spraying everywhere, those kind of people. But a friend is someone that is willing. It is you have a good relationship, you enjoy talking to, spending time with, and whatnot. But who's willing to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And is not going to pull punches.
They're gonna the blows of a
yes
faithful friend.
Yes, and are better than the kisses of an enemy.
Yeah.
And so I'm not interested in a brother who's not willing to rebuke me. That's not someone you can really have any kind of good relationship with. But
I don't want people intimidated by me, unwilling to communicate those kind of things, and need to be. We keep short enough accounts that you can give me immediate feedback on things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of see that. But there's a group of people that they don't have that relationship, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think there's a closer knit relationship amongst.
Well, and it is weird. I've actually talked to my brothers about this, and I mean my blood brothers. We were sitting around one day and it just talked because it was a year or so ago. I remember some guys had blocked me on Twitter because I had jokingly, kind of said, "Bro, you're being gay."
Yeah.
Just called him out a little bit, and I wasn't the only one doing it. But and he blocked me, and I don't care.
Nothing is more gay than being blocked by somebody that you just called gay.
It was so gay. It was the gayest thing ever to block me. But anyway, I literally actually messaged a brother, and I was like, "Did he block you too?" And he said yes, and I literally messaged back and said, "So gay," and he was like, "So gay." It's just like, it was so gay. It was bad. But I was talking to my brothers about that, and they were just kind of dumbfounded because none of my brothers are in the internet world like I am. They don't care, and they're wiser than me. but they were all just kind of like, why would anyone have a problem with that? With guys, messing with each other and talking in my brothers' minds and all of our minds, we're thinking that's just how men communicate with each other.
Yeah,
it's how men talk. So anyway, I don't get it. I really think it's a result of the feminization in culture and in the church. Toby Sumter wrote a great piece years ago called the Gay Greenhouse.
Yeah,
one of the best pieces ever written, and just how the church has been a gay greenhouse, both literally making homosexuals and making effeminate men.
Yeah, well, when we use that word, we don't mean you're a sodomite. We just mean that it's effeminate.
Effeminate, yeah.
You're acting effeminate, like limp-wristed. You're acting limp-wristed right now. But there is a use.
If I mean sodomite, I'll just say sodomite.
Yeah, we're totally not afraid of that word. And I think maybe that's where people are taking it. You're saying that I'm a homosexual because you're just too literal with it. Yeah. But it's a term that I think we need to recapture because it is a term of shame.
Mm-hmm. Men being soft should be shameful.
It's a shameful act, and we have lost shame in our culture. And so to call someone gay is to bring shame.
It's kind of dumb too, though, right? Because if I call someone a pansy, they're not going to be like, "Oh, you think I'm an actual flower?"
Yeah.
Like, no, bro. It means something.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad, I had rabbits I had to care for, and there was one of the rabbits did it scared me, and I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do because I was afraid of the rabbits in the cage. And he called me a pantywaist.
A pantywaist.
A pantywaist. Because don't be a pantywaist. I'm like, it hurt.
Yeah.
But I needed to hear that.
100%.
And if I remember right, I have to look it up. But I think a pantywaist there was a underwear that you had to button to your shirt, type of a thing, and it was in a very effeminate thing.
Okay,
something that you would have to do if you. I'll look it up.
Look it up. That's weird. Yeah. But yeah, no, I even remember, as a young man needing to dispatch a chicken, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. And then we're talking, I don't know, I mean, 6, 7, 8. I was young. I was young enough the axe was heavy.
Yeah.
And couldn't bring myself to do it. And, was pretty sternly rebuked for acting like a sissy in that moment. And that's exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Exactly what I needed. And so I was unwilling to dispatch an animal that was in pain and suffering, and I was being a wimp about it.
Yeah.
And I needed somebody to grab me by the shirt and tell me to quit being a Nancy boy.
I've got a new word for you to put in your vocabulary.
Okay.
It's pantywaist.
Pantywaist.
Yeah, so here it is. So
I'm always looking for more.
Yeah, here's the historical definition. So it's a historical garment. Originally, a pantywaist referred to a child's undergarment comprising a shirt and pants buttoned together at the waist. So kids, you do that so their pants would stay
like a onesie.
It's a onesie, yeah. Okay. Apparently. And then it says colloquial usage. Over time, pantywaist evolved into a derogatory term describing a person, particularly a man or a boy, perceived as weak, effeminate, or lacking courage. Synonyms to this pejorative usage include sissy, weakling, wimp.
Yeah, pantywaist is 3 syllables. That's harder to say. You can't say that as quick.
My dad called me a pantywaist.
It's funnier.
This is the guy that led me to the Lord. This is my stepdad, Tim Dorris. He led me to the Lord. He was a Christian. When he looked at me, he was like, stop being a pantywaist.
Listen, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I have one of the greatest fathers that there's ever been. And he he just was. And all of his sons still love him. And everybody who knows him loves him. He's just that kind of guy. But he was not going to tolerate us being sissies. It's just he wasn't going to tolerate it.
Yeah.
And there's just no way around it. And if we acted like that, we heard about it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. And we needed it. And yeah.
All right, I think we're done.
Don't be gay.
Yeah, so if you think we've been gay on this, send us a message and we can answer your question. You can go to snakeonthetable.com.
Should I call you Mr.?
Don't watch that, by the way. This is not even funny. It's so funny.
Why are you gay?
All right, talk to you later.
Bye.